And welcome everybody back to another week of the ESL Open Cup Asia. And today, my name is Alex, Queen Alex, and I'm joined by my good friend Light_VIP for a round of excellent weekly gameplay. How you doing?
What's up, Alex? We're here. We're here 2 days in a row. Thank you, thank you for joining
No,
me again. It's always great.
it's my pleasure. I love casting.
And 2 days in a row as well, we get to cast one of these players.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of these players, joining us on Jagannatha LE, we have in the top right-hand corner of the map the Red Protoss player, hailing from my home of Malaysia, and playing for I still don't know how to pronounce his team name. It is of course Ranger.
Mate Hexa. Mate Hexa.
Mate Hexa.
Yeah, you gotta go full Aussie on that, mate.
Mate Hexa.
Beautiful. That's what I love to see here. Just like this, as his opponent is going for a 12 pool, we have the American Zerg player. He is blue. He is teamless. He is Reaper.
All right. Well, I actually don't know that much about Reaper. I'm gonna be honest, but no matter. We shall see.
Yeah, we definitely shall. I mean, thankfully, Reaper, he is a GM. He is an amateur North American player. I believe he plays in online events like NA Apprentice Cup and things of that nature. Yeah. But he is still like low GM. Like he isn't up there like the likes of like Neeb or Scarlet or Nina.
Yeah, I've definitely heard the name in like the North American like amateur scene, like the high amateur scene. You know, like the juniors and stuff like that. The one, well, by junior I mean like, you know, can compete against pros in like a weekly, but isn't gonna get picked up by a team.
Oh boy, and he already started off kind of strong here, you know, with the 12 pool. Not just the 12 pool behind this, he actually cancelled his hatchery and he's going for a Roach Warren.
Oh, he's just one base and he's like, all right. Actually, this is like, he's actually going for a one base Roach Rav, a one base Ravageur all in by the looks of it.
Yeah. Like he took both gases. He's prioritizing.
He's maxed up both gases. Yeah, this is a one base Rav. Oh my god.
God, this is what we love to see. I mean, this entire time, the thing is, Ranger has been scouting this. He even sees the roaches pop out.
He knows. He knows this is a one base Rav, so he's probably going to be quite prepared for this. He's already got the triple the triple shield battery.
Oh boy.
To prepare for the biles.
Oh yeah. We've got 3 shield batteries. We've got 2 gateways as well. Warp gate is still on the way, and like maybe it's possible that it can be focused down, but like with 3 shield batteries, like it should be perfectly fine.
Yeah, it'll be able to break through it. Like, but yeah, you don't really see one base Rav in versus Protoss. You always see it versus Terran. Like it was a build that was developed for ZVT. So you know how the ZVT meta goes, you know. Terrans start early, or rather Zerg start one base cheesing, so that Zealot almost got out. You know, Zerg start one base cheesing, so the Terrans start SCV scouting, and then the Zergs start playing long defensive games. So to save themselves the trouble, the Terrans stop SCV scouting, so the Zergs start one base cheesing, and it is the cycle of ZVT.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Reaper kind of going full NA here. I love it. Oh god, gonna needlessly lose a couple of overlords though.
Yeah, I kind of dive in a little bit. I think that might have been a missed rally or something.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate, but we do see Reaper behind this, you know, is getting a 3rd base as well, like trying to get back into this as soon as possible. It's important to note that like after the first 3 Ravageurs were morphed, he like took note of the defense and he immediately threw down a hatchery and started droning up. Like he realized that he couldn't end the game.
Yeah, he understands well enough he can't force the issue in a situation like that. Because you really can't against the Protoss, especially with super battery being a thing. So yeah, you just kind of had to you know, drone back up, try and catch up from being behind. You know, from going for a one base rush.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's just so difficult to pull off. I mean, thankfully, like, you could argue that maybe, like, Ranger, he was forced to invest a lot in the defense. Like, he fully walled off, he threw down his second pylon, like, delayed his own tech as well, but is it worth it? Is it possible for Reaper to get back into this against a pro player like Ranger?
I mean, yeah, that's really the issue is, like, Reaper, sure, it gives pressure and, like, forces defense and stuff to come out, but in the end it's not too consequential. Like, in the end, Reaper is throwing off a standard build order, his own standard build order, by quite a bit, and having to be working from behind, especially as Zerg. Like, his natural was coming up around the time that Ranger's was.
Oh my god, and yeah, and there's even this period where there was no anti-air. The sport finally does finish up, but that's already a lot of worker kills.
Yeah, and again, with hatcheries being late, that means queens are late, and you know the queens.
Oh boy, right? Like, there's not even a queen here at the third base either, so again, there's a lot of potential for damage here as well. Oh, even a second Oracle. I was about to say that if Ranger went straight into a Void Ray, it's possible that, like, a Void Ray could even kill this hatchery.
Yeah, without the defense there, because he's so far behind in workers because of the opening. Like, Void Ray Oracle could kill a hatchery with a couple of adepts to help. But Ranger opts for the double Oracle, and he's gonna scoot out with that one. I think he got like 1 kill.
Oof, oh boy. I mean, at least he kept both Oracles alive. Meanwhile, Rangers, he's going double Stargate. He's just...
There he goes. He's like, all right, dumb NA player. Just gonna stick down the second Stargate. Gonna go and just like commit to this, you know.
I mean, Void Rays are pretty good units, you know.
Yeah, they are pretty good.
Oh boy.
I will give them that.
Especially when there's no anti-air.
Yeah. See, the problem with them being good is that I then complain about them when I name my ladder games. That I don't play.
I was about to say, you're trying to tell us you play ladder games? Okay, Jed. Okay.
I did 3 months ago. If I look at my NA match history, anyways, I haven't looked at my Korean match history.
Oh boy.
But yeah, no, on my NA match history, it's been 3 months.
Yeah, it's been a while, and okay, an Oracle does go down, and here we see the March of the Queens. The taxi left them behind, and now they have to walk.
Yeah, there's no New York taxi. It's the New York subway.
Oh god, it's non-existent. That's feels bad, man. It's better. You're better off walking. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that would be the NA players version of that. What would be the Canadian version?
Oh god.
What's the name of the public of the train system in Toronto? I forget. I've been there. I think it's just the Metro. Maybe it's called the Metro.
Maybe. As an Australian who has never been to Canada, I cannot confirm or deny.
See, I've been to Toronto once for like a week and a half for some kind of tournament or something, and I just don't remember. Anyways, we got Reaper trying to hit some kind of queen timing here. The classic taxi, the German taxi as it's originally called, Roach Ravager Queens, to go against the double Stargate or even triple Stargate. It was originally made to fight triple Stargate, yeah. Double Stargate openings as well. Ideally, so like the queens are here, but they're slowly running out of energy to transfuse, and they're just gonna start going down. Yeah, they're gonna start getting picked off, but they are doing quite a bit of damage to these Void Rays, and considering the cost differences, I would say it's a pretty good trade in the end. Like, they got like 3, maybe 4 Void Rays for all of them, which is still pretty cost effective, honestly.
Yeah,
for a 150 mineral unit.
And the ground army broke through the defenses at the third base. It looks like all the probes have gone down. But now here's a problem. As long as Ranger dodges the biles, he should be able to hold.
Yeah, if he can dodge the biles, he'd be okay, which leaves Reaper in this situation where he really just needs to be spending as much effort as possible, trying to do as much damage as possible before the Void Rays can kill off all his units.
Oh my god.
Seeing as he has no anti-air over here.
Yeah, and like even though Reaper can't shoot up, like he's doing so much damage. All the workers are going down here, even all, like catching all the ones transferring from the main.
Yeah, that's 44, 40, 45, maybe a couple more going down before this gets cleaned up. And in the end, like Reaper, he's sitting way ahead of this, even though he's cut drone production. He can start droning up again after this.
Yeah, the big
stay ahead.
The big concern I have is like eventually this is going to be cleaned up, and now what is there to stop the Void Rays when they go across the map? Like that's because they're coming. Oh god,
That is all.
Like spore crawlers are great, you know, they can move around kind of, but like there's only 3, you know, and there's one in each base.
Oh god, he's overcommitting. He's overcommitting. Yeah, he's overextended.
Oh god.
Look at Reaper's army.
Oh god. Okay, the Lings are going across the map. Oh, there's a force field. Force field.
Yeah.
Force field.
Everyone's paying attention.
Oh god.
How are you getting through?
This is the beginning. Somehow, some way. Please, Ranger.
I don't know how they were slipping.
They lubed up, mate. That's what you do. That's how the Americans do it. Okay, they lube up their Lings before they.
Up their Lings.
Oh god.
I don't think I want to play in North America now.
Oh god. I mean, the Lings, they're doing what they can, but but Void Rays.
Yeah. See, the thing with I'm just gonna call it the North American taxi. Oh, he taps out.
GG.
Anyways, what I'm saying is, with that North American taxi build, he didn't transition out of Roach Ravager in that fight, and he didn't join up after he killed 50 probes. So he ended up with nothing back home by the time Ranger came over. So like, in the end, he didn't have anything to do with the counterattack, which is kind of a problem.
Honestly, I'm impressed with the amount of damage that he did do with his like Ling Ravager all in, essentially. If only, because I'm looking, he does have a couple spare minerals. Like if only he had like thrown down extra spores, right? Like 3 at each base or something. Yeah, why not, right? Like then the Void Rays don't kill you, and then you force the game to be dragged out even longer, and you're ahead economically, right?
Yeah, no. But unfortunately, he didn't really have a follow-up to his push. Like he did so much damage, but there was no follow-up to it.
Yeah.
So he just ended up dying to the counterattack after the Void Rays built up before it could be killed off.
It's like oh god,
wait,
you didn't.
The same map.
It is. Huh? Okay.
Ranger? My man's... Oh, bug? Okay. Let's not switch.
Fair enough.
Happens.
It's all good. No need for concern. We have the map ready. It's all good.
It's sorted. We're getting it fixed. Resolved. It's the ultimate Brenda walk of shame. No. We're not Winter StarCraft. No. We call them Karens on this channel.
It's true. It's the Karens here.
We don't steal jokes from Winter StarCraft. The American man of America.
There you go.
His accent is like the definition of America. If you hear him talk.
The only man more American than him in StarCraft is M. Canning. I think we can all...
Yeah, exactly.
We'll agree on that.
The only man more American than Winter is M. Canning. Anyways, not speaking of America, because this is the other player, starting with R. We're joined in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE by the Red Protoss player, coming from my homeland of Malaysia, and playing for Matexa. It is, of course, Ranger.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the American Zerg player. This time, not going for that 12 full, it is Reaper.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty normal so far. and hatch coming up. So, standard hatch first.
I'm disappointed. You know, like I look.
He decided that trying to cheese was an ineffective method, but when there's a skill gap like this, oftentimes like you try to do something like that.
Yeah.
Like when I used to play, like when I played in tournaments, I'd be like, oh, I'm playing against somebody who is like 4,000 MMR. What do I do? One base rev.
Well, like what I would say is that, like, to be fair, it almost worked for Reaper. Like he, like again, he killed a lot of workers. He did a lot of damage. Like he almost pulled it off. And look, I'm just saying, as the lone American in the bracket, as sometimes M Canning does sign up, but as the lone American, like. Reaper has to like harness and like unleash the NA ladder, you know, like that's what I want to see.
The NA ladder, also known as complete chaos.
Oh boy.
There's a reason that everybody makes the platinum Zerg jokes on NA. Because it's a existing stereotype.
Look, it's the land where Turkey Dano fosters, okay? And I don't know if you know much about Turkey Dano, but he's absolutely disgusting. It's amazing.
I've heard the name.
He does nothing but cannon rush, and he's goddamn good at it. He's amazing.
Sounds like Printf.
Yeah, he's the Brazilian Printf. It's disgusting.
Man. Any ladder, dude.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
That shit's wild, it's a wild west out there.
Oh boy, and we'll see how the people here in ESL Open Cup Asia can handle it. As so far, as you said, it's pretty standard. But again, at least I have high hopes for someone like Ranger, because he looked pretty damn good yesterday in Demi C Weekly, making it all the way to the finals.
Yeah, my man's pulled it off. It was sick. Sorry. Yeah, he did really well yesterday. It was really cool to see. And yeah, we'll see how he does here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so far looking good.
So far looking good. For those wondering, for those who may not be too familiar with the Southeast Asia scene, as Ranger is the best player from Malaysia, he played in a regional events and he took down Ender 2-0. Ender being the reigning DreamHack OCE champion, like the regional champion for winter. So he was able to achieve that, and then he went all the way to the finals against Gogo Joey, the best Zerg in Hong Kong. So yeah, Ranger was looking so impressive. A feat that he hasn't been able to achieve before in his career, I would say.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. He's a player that is good and is improving. But I don't know. He doesn't get a lot of recognition being from like Malaysia, and not really having done anything too significant.
Yeah. Probably the most significant thing is like his performance at SEA Games in 2019. But like, you know, even then, like SEA Games is like only for our region as well. You know, it's not like really covered internationally.
Yeah, like it was only really significant in the SEA region. It's still a significant thing because it's like the first esports medal event in like some sort of like medal sports event, like much like the Olympics or the Commonwealth Games or something like that. You know, seeing esports featured at some sort of medal sports event was pretty cool, and it got a little bit of international attention for that, but within the StarCraft scene was kind of looked over a little bit. Yeah, and it was also a little bit different because they ran it like a battle sport. Like they didn't use usernames, they used last names.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird. It was very
a bit confusing.
Definitely. Meanwhile, we haven't been able to talk about it much, but we did have Ranger going for the Stargate opening, and he is about to see. He sees an Nidus.
Yeah, he spotted an Nidus right as it starts popping up, and here come the Queens. Queens attacks you when you have a subway.
Oh, he finds it.
Oh, he found it.
Oh, is it
but
too late?
Stop it before the Queens pop out.
That's gonna be the big question.
If the Queens managed to pop out. Oh no. Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna let them all out, but only one popped out. He does manage to take it out. Meanwhile, another one into the natural over here. Just a massive link flood as they're taking out the wall to deal with the Nidus in the main.
Oh god, even the probes are forced to. Yeah, the probes are forced to fight, which means they're all gonna go down.
Yeah, which means that the Void Rays have to focus on the Lings. They can't keep being dedicated towards these Niduses at some point because things are falling.
That
So
they
it
are.
looks like it's just
Yeah. I mean, Ranger, he's holding, and he will be able to hold as well with his army. But unfortunately, Ranger, he's lost 45 probes.
Yeah, he has absolutely no probes. He had to use them in the defense, and that sucks. Oh, trying again. He's trying again. The subway.
He is trying again, but once again, it will be denied. It's all about these Ling run bys. They've been the one dealing all the damage. I will say that we do have like triple Nexuses, so triple probe production. So Ranger can attempt to catch back up, and of course, still does have the power of these Void Rays.
Yeah, he still does have 2 Void Rays, so it's going to it's the only way that Reaper can break Ranger here is if he gets a Nidus up, which he does, and gets the Queens out. And if he can take out these 2 Void Rays, Ranger does not have the econ to recover.
Oh, he does not, right? Like there are so many Queens here. The Void Rays, this isn't going to be enough, especially because there's no shield battery here either.
Yeah, all his supply and all his minerals have to go towards probes right now because he has like half the probes of Reaper, and Reaper cut off at 30. So it's not looking good when you have half of an all-inning Zergs.
Oh
your home
god.
count.
Exactly, not at all. Like Ranger just has to buy time. Like he's morphing in more sentries. He knows that he can like keep cutting up the link count. Oh, just barely, but they almost get in.
Good force field. He's gonna try and wall off the pylons here, and try and split the army a little bit with the Void Rays, but these Queens, man. Queens are the best unit in the game.
Oh yeah. Queens are amazing.
Best unit in the game.
Oh
150
god.
minerals, they shoot up and they shoot down.
I mean, they
don't cost lava.
They used to like deal more damage and have more range as well as all the links get in.
Yeah. Oh, yep, the wall is down. And he's just committing hard. He's still making lings here. And god, there's so many Queens. This is like the most North American like version of like an all-in. This looks like no regrets playing. Honestly.
GG. Reaper ties up the series with his Nidus all-in. It's funny because there were so many Queens in that Nidus, but for the longest time they didn't come into play. Like it was yeah.
So they just kept building up. They just kept building up, and then we finally got a Nidus off. They all popped out. It's like, oh, this is like a Hydra. This is gonna pop them like they're Hydralisks. So many of them. They're Hydralisks that can heal each other. Queens are just good. They're just really good.
Oh yeah.
Good unit.
Oh, yeah.
But
really?
Yeah, that'll Reaper evening up the game.
I feel like Reaper really he acknowledged like what was wrong with game number 1. Game number 1, he went across the map with like 4 Queens. Like that's not enough. You know, you got to commit harder.
You traded well with them, but it wasn't enough. Whoops. But yeah, that was an insane Queen count. But it was literally just like he had like 30 supply in Lings and like 10 Queens, and he won the game with that. Like, I looked at that game and was like, I feel like I've seen somebody do this before, or something like this. I was like, Jake. Yeah.
That was
Big fan.
it was really well done by Reaper, and I'm very curious to see what he has in store for us here in game 3, because he's gone for different kinds of all-ins each game. Like obviously game 1 it was 1 base, here it was based off of 3, but now is he actually going to go for something like the German taxi? Is he going to go for dropper lords and send Queens across the map? Maybe, but at the same time, like it feels like he's keen on those Niduses.
Airdropping units is a very American thing. If we're talking about imperialist countries and their militaries, right? I don't think of Germany. You know, they definitely are not going around the world dropping in military units in different places. But the United States sure are. I'm not gonna get into that because we are getting into the game. Did you like that segue?
Yeah,
it was a good segue. As we get into the game in Lightshade LE, today we are joined in the top left-hand corner of the map by the Red Protoss player hailing from my homeland of Malaysia. Playing for Mate Hexa, it is, of course, Ranger.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lightshade LE. He is once again going for that 12 pool. We have the American Zerg player. He's blue. He is Reaper.
All right, let's see what he does with this. There is a probe scout coming across the map, so we'll have to see if this is, you know, a bit more of a standard pool first, or if this is an all-in pool first. But if we've learned anything from the first 2 games, it might be an all-in. So he is bringing the drone now.
Even if as Ranger is looking to deny that hatchery.
Yeah. He manages to get to the hatch block. Just a little bit. But he sees the pool first, and the Lynx will catch the probe out.
Mate, I saw hatchery in the production tab. It wasn't at the hatchery. I was like, hold on, something's not quite right here. We have a proxy hatch.
It's a proxy hatch. We're going blind mode.
Oh boy.
We are going blind. Are we sure this isn't no regrets alt?
Oh god,
No,
it's. I mean, look. We have someone from the NA ladder here. Of course, he's been inspired by no regrets. As game after game, we have different kinds of all-ins. We even have a couple of workers here to throw down some spines.
Yeah, he's gonna use the creep. He's not gonna be able to kill this hatch or force to cancel. So this is gonna go up. Oh, unless those drones get killed. That. Well, he does need to keep the zealots off of the hatchery though, so they can get up fully on decent health.
Oh god, and one of the zealots does get surrounded, so already one going down. Meanwhile, those 2 drones, one of them so close, but it looks like the creep is going to get up.
Yep, it's gonna get up and he's gonna get those spines down. As shield batteries start coming up. That second gateway does finish on the creep. But yeah, ooh.
God, you have to be Ranger, please.
Oh, Ranger, overextending with his zealot. He didn't even have the probes positioned right, so he couldn't get. He couldn't prevent this around.
He couldn't. We have 2 more zealots on the way, but it looks like these spines are going to finish up.
Yeah, that zealot can't leave that little like pocket there. Otherwise, he's giving up so much surface area. But we've got a queen up. We're getting spines up. You know, no number of shield batteries can really save this.
Well, I mean,
honestly.
what's scary is that these are the only shield batteries. Because of the creep, no more buildings can be thrown down here.
Yeah, nothing can be built close enough for it to be effective. So he has to retreat once these run out of energy.
Exactly. I mean, these shield batteries are doing well at keeping the zealots alive, but like that's all they're doing right now. Oh god, the Lynx they're trying to run in.
Yeah, they're trying to squeeze in there. I might have to turn on my VPN. Sorry. Yeah, no, they are squeezing in there and actually managing to get a little bit of surface area. Not a lot though, but it is supporting the spine crawler.
Oh, the zealot's gonna go down. Then the Lynx can flood in. They get in.
Oh, the Lynx are in, and they're gonna get a surround on the Stalker. Oh, that has to be it.
That has to be it. And Immortal is on the way, but it doesn't even matter. Like, there's nothing that it can do. It would just get surrounded by Lynx immediately.
Yeah, alright, here we go. Going for this round. There it is. GGWP and Reaper. With 2 solid cheeses in a row. Able to take out Ranger.
GG. Well played, Reaper. He does take out Ranger, and look, I know a lot of people, they look at the next round and they're like, they look at the bracket in general, they're like, look, there's one clear player here that's gonna at least make it all the way to the semis. But if Zest doesn't know what's coming his way, I don't know. Because Zest is going up against Reaper.